Hey y'all, here behind me we have the Della Fosse Cemetery. This was actually located about 30-ish minutes away down in Groveton, Texas. They actually relocated these 3 graves, which is a wife, husband, and a son, over here, which is actually some property that they owned. So here they are, they're residing here now. I have a little bit of information from the Find a Grave. This was Pierre and Clementine's land that it is on. It says the Della Fosse Cemetery is located near Onalaska, Texas on Polk County Highway 3459, which is this road. And as you can see, guys, the gates here is so old and just disintegrating. We do have a tree that's fallen back here. I'm surprised it didn't fall during the last tornado-ish area weather that we had. But let's go inside.
We've been known to find a whippoorwill here.
Yes. Crazy story. The first time we came here, we actually seen this bird flying around. We didn't know, but it was a whippoorwill, and it actually had a nest straight over there. And yeah, had just laid eggs, and it's very rare to see that, apparently. But if you'd like me to take you on a little journey, we have all the footstones back here. Right now we have Pierre Della Fosse, born March 30th, 1816. Died July 9th, 1879. He was 63 years old. And then here we have Clementine. Born May 19th, 1823. Died September 20th, 1876. She was 53 years old. And then over here, I'm going to be a little careful when I go to the baby's grave. And this one's sad because the tree is right here. But this is Felix Della Fosse, born March 3rd, 1868. Died September 9th, 1873 at 5 years old. Terrible. And it was so crazy that there's actually just this little cemetery located just right here on a dirt road in the middle of nowhere. At first, it actually made me sad because I know some people who have lived at those Groveton apartments, and they said, yes, these were all relocated over here, which was only these 3, and have been here ever since. I believe that was back in the 60s that was built, so it's nice coming out here and seeing these old graves, and it's just kind of nestled out here in the deep woods. But it is sad that this tree, I wish somebody would come and remove this tree, at least some of the family. Most of the family actually is from Louisiana. I think it's at Opelousas, Louisiana. But, and here's some of their family members, I guess because this was their land, that they reside here. But here is the footstone for one. There's another. And then the sons. I'm glad they all rest here together as a family instead of being separated. That's probably what makes us the happiest, is that they're all together. But this is the view. We have the dirt road here, which just recently suffered some bad flooding. And then here is what it looks like, gently off the side of the road.
Here's where we saw the whippoorwill egg.
The whippoorwill was actually, I think it was right here in this very spot. Craziest thing. And it was kind of trippy because at first, when we came out here, we seen that bird, and it's like it was trying to push us off in the woods. Little did we know she had a nest over here, but it was trying to push us off in the woods, made us think it had a broken wing or something. It was flapping weird, and apparently that's what they do. They try to send you off away from their nest. But yeah, it's a beautiful place out here. Definitely beautiful. It's kind of crazy that there's a cemetery located so far in the woods. I never knew this growing up. We used to ride the bus out here all the time and never knew there was a cemetery. There's actually an abandoned house as well, a little ways down. So there's always something awesome to see out in the woods. All right, behind me we have the abandoned house that I was speaking of. Let's take a little tour around. This place has been here for as long as I can remember. And as you can see, this place is just waiting to collapse. Definitely an old building. Wondering what the age of this is. The wood definitely gives off extremely old vibes. I know in this town, they built the lake in the late 60s and flooded old Onalaska. And as you can see, this is actually a part that was saved. So this house could actually be really old, because most things in this town, at least by the water, are not that old. You can see the foundations just completely in disarray. Definitely as old and decrepit as I remember. Let's go check out the front. It's definitely an old can of some sorts. Oh my goodness. What is that? Does anybody know what that is? I don't know. But here's the actual roof of the building. We have some old mason jars here. Wow. I don't think I went this far before. I wonder, actually, because a lot of this was their land. So that's definitely a possibility. And this thing is old. I mean, just look at this wood. Look at that. I'm getting whipped in the head by... It's a good place for an animal to hide. Let's actually go look over here real quick. Oh, I'm stuck to a tree. There we go. It's the beauty. This looks like an old little room. We've got a lot of thorn bushes here. Let me see if we can get a peek here. It looks like this poor tree is holding the weight of the rest of this. Wow. It's insane. There's just a lot of old things out here in the woods. Old cans. Wow. This has been untouched for a good while. I'm trying to think of what in tarnation that says. There's a bunch, actually. Old Coke. There's just a bunch of old stuff out here. Just relics of the past. Wow. PGG Universal Paint Thinner. I wonder how old this guy is. Pretty nifty. All the relics from the past. There's a bunch of old cans out there. This must have been their front steps, I'm assuming, at one point. A lot of things buried below. It's really interesting. But yeah, guys, this is it. This is the beauty of the woods. This is nature taking back over and claiming what is hers.